Welcome to Keto Beyond the Couch. I don't know what episode this is.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome.
Yes, welcome. If you're new here, say hi down below.
Now, here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit that little bell icon, and that way every single time we've had the best weekend ever, you'll be alerted to it. But I'm out of words. My voice is a little bit raspy, and I'm finding it difficult to pronounce things suddenly. It's like I'm tongue-tied. Ugh.
So welcome to Keto Beyond the Couch. No, this video is not live. Normally we do this live.
I'm sorry.
On Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern time. But the way the time is working with our traveling schedule, we have to be out of here, out of the Airbnb by 11 a.m. I guess we're in Central Time.
Right.
For me, my brain only works on Eastern Time. I'm sorry for the other 50% of the United States.
Right.
But yeah, so we're also worried about live streaming. We tried to live stream for last Thursday.
No bueno.
And it didn't work. I'm not sure if it was the internet or if it was the software we use. Maybe next time we'll just try to do it through our phone. But it's really important to us that you get good quality content, not like 6 years ago when I looked pink, right?
I was orange. I was rocking the orange.
Oh my gosh, it was so bad. But here's the thing, we're mentioning when we first started our channel, and this weekend we got to be at KetoCon 2023, and KetoCon 2019 is really where Two Crazy Ketos launched. I mean, we started it the year before, but we really didn't dive into running a channel, even on a part-time basis, until we attended KetoCon, and we realized there's a need for community.
Yeah, that was definitely the place where we were walking around, and we felt like two individuals enjoying a conference, which was nice. I mean, that was nice, but we wished that we had somebody to share it with.
Yeah.
Because we are doing keto together all of the time, and then we would go home and still be just the two of us doing keto. So we were thinking it would be really nice if you could come to a conference and feel like you're sharing that experience with somebody. And our dream really
Mission
came
accomplished.
alive this entire weekend. I've got to say, the prettiest view in my life is not the view from the camera
platform.
From the platform. It's not the view of the camera lens. It's not the view of the stairs leading up to the platform. The view from the platform is pretty beautiful because you're seeing beautiful faces. But when you're going up to the stairs, I think of that as oh man, I want to go, and my ambition is to be recognized in some way. That is not the most beautiful view. To me, the most beautiful view
Don't steal my view.
I'm afraid I'm going to. What was
You're gonna steal my view?
The room filled with
you're not stealing
people,
my view.
And then when we were done,
she's stealing my view
with speaking, coming down from the second level of KetoCon, walking into this space where people could just sit down and eat their lunch, and seeing just a circle of friends gathered together,
but not friends. Hey, we all came to the conference together. We've known each other for years. People who are subscribers, people who met at KetoCon, and that, it really brought tears to my eyes to see this, entire group. And it wasn't even it was right after we spoke, because we actually went and did a round table.
Yeah.
With Bronson and Jonathan and a couple of other people. So this was almost 2 hours after we spoke, and to see that, it really did bring tears to my eyes. And we just got to meet so many people we've met in the past, people who we just met this weekend for the first time. It was amazing, and there's a lot of people that I want to just say thank you for the hug. I mean, everybody who did give us a hug.
Yes.
But I did want to just give a shout out, and I'm sure I'm going to miss people, and I apologize. but I just wanted to give a shout out to some people who really led the charge in organizing and making sure everybody had an amazing time. Like Chris Miller, Sarah Gustafson, Heath and Shelley.
Yeah. Marianne. Gloria.
And then Indigo Nilly.
Absolutely.
Lindsay Murphy. I mean, just making sure that everybody was enjoying themselves. And hey, do you need somebody to hang out with? Terry. Yeah. I mean, again,
there's so many.
I'm going to miss some people, but just those are the names that are just popping off to me right now of just
Deb
watching this organization of, hey, do you need somebody to sit with? Come sit with me.
Well, and again, other things like the pictures from the conference, I can remember in the past, all of the pictures were pictures from KetoCon of like maybe an influencer or like somebody showing a product. And that was really nice. That was beautiful seeing, you know, pictures from KetoCon. But to me, the best pictures were pictures of people like grabbing some lunch at Buffalo Wild Wings or going to Terry Black's together or sitting and doing like the cold plunge in kind of like a dueling way. Like they were doing it together. And these were not, like you're saying, lifelong friends, but people that have met recently through keto and are just starting to have adventures together. And that is what it's all about, because you're going to learn information at KetoCon, but living it day to day really does take an entire community. Rita, I mean, it's like names are continuing.
Right, Robin.
Rick Wen.
You know, it's just so many people. And again, I apologize if we missed anybody.
Becca.
Becca won the DNA thing.
Oh my goodness, yes.
It's so exciting. Like, we're up on the stage to do the giveaways, and when it's one of our subscribers, I'm like,
I know. Well,
one of our subscribers won.
I react in such a way that looks like it's rigged, right? Because I'm like, yes! and I'm like, I'm happy for anybody to win, but like, if we've known each other, you know, for a while,
awesome.
I'm especially excited, you know, for someone to win a prize.
Now, as far as our, the talk that we gave, we did not record it. I tried to record it, and I think the battery went dead.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Lori.
It is available, or it will be available on the KetoCon website. If you didn't attend, you're going to be able to do downloads. I'm going to talk to them about us being able to get a copy of our lecture, but I don't know. If we can't, maybe we'll just redo it as a video ourselves.
Oh, I think that that's the best way to handle that, because I do think there's some, you know, good information on there, but
I think so.
We started to get kind of rushed at the end.
The only thing is everybody's gonna miss the part where you lay down on your back and put your legs up in the air to imitate what it's like to go up the hill outside here.
Maybe you can use that as like the thumbnail for this video.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm telling you, I have never seen such a steep driveway before, personally. Like, that was absolutely crazy.
So after I made that analogy, okay, can we for now on go with minimal preparation?
No.
Please? I mean, it worked, didn't it? I thought of it like when we were up there.
I think that the research and planning that I put into slides and stuff,
that's got to stay.
That will continue.
Yeah.
And so I feel more
you did great.
Confident going into something. You have to have preparation.
You have to have some preparation.
I mean, Mr. Wing It over here, so.
No, I'm not going to completely wing it, but you did great. The slides were great. And I was just proud of everybody. It wasn't about us. It was about all of you.
Oh, yeah.
And just to see everybody having a good time, it was amazing. I did want to mention.
Yes.
Keto Brick was there. In fact, Keto Chow's booth was right next to Keto Brick, right? And for those of you who do like Keto Brick, we had mentioned last week, which we did not know about ahead of time, that Keto Brick made a special flavor of Keto Brick just for KetoCon. It was blueberry muffin.
And it really messed with my head because it absolutely tastes like blueberry. But then for me, and I had asked a couple other people if they had experienced that, like Christopher hit a poll.
Yeah, because the funny thing about Christopher is originally he hated Keto Brick.
Yeah, he did.
Too salty, and now he absolutely loves it.
He absolutely loves it. In fact, I think he was taking a wheelbarrow home of Keto Brick.
I may have.
I know it. But anyway, so what was interesting about the blueberry flavor was it did absolutely taste like blueberry, but then when you bit into it, what was happening in my mind was it was processing it as if it was a baked good. So even though the texture was completely the same as always,
Right.
It felt different in
Right.
some way. So that was crazy.
So when he did announce that he had that and there were a few left over, we bought a bunch, hoping we like it, because I didn't know. We'd never tasted it. It wasn't like we got a preview of it. And then I bought some at Keto Con, and I know you were like, why are you buying more
Right.
Keto Brick? There's a bunch of them at home. I bought them because I wanted to give some away.
Oh,
because
good.
they're not available anymore.
Okay, awesome.
So I have 3 of the blueberry muffin Keto Bricks. 1 winner or 3 winners?
I think 3 winners just because they're just so limited, and I mean, and then it's like that's it. And I don't know when they're coming back. I mean, they're really.
I don't know if they are coming back. I didn't ask Robert.
I talked to Crystal, and Crystal was like, blueberry muffin was like her favorite thing.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that as his beautiful wife and, you know, as partner in this, that like she has some extreme leverage. Maybe Rachel will help put it over the top in the vote.
Right.
I'm hoping for it to be, you know, on the main stage all the time.
So yeah, here's what you're gonna do. If you want to win one of the 3 Keto Bricks, maybe we'll put something else in that package as well. Secret. What you got to do, you know what? Because I know a lot of people like to comment on Keto Beyond the Couch. You need to make a comment down below, but it's got to say hashtag Keto Brick.
That would help.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you want to win the Keto Brick, first of all, you have to live in the United States. Okay? I'm sorry about that. It's just there's certain rules and stuff. So you need to live in the United States. You need to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button so that you're notified that you actually won. If you don't hit the bell button, you won't know you won.
Right.
And then we can't ship it out to you. And then, leave in your comment down below. Even if you're going to comment on and something else that we talk about on Keto Beyond the Couch, make sure you put hashtag Keto Brick. Start off your comment with hashtag Keto Brick, and then whatever comment you want.
Oh, absolutely.
And so if you don't put hashtag Keto Brick, you won't be entered into the giveaway. And this way, you know, some people don't like Keto Brick, and that's understandable.
And then they can still comment without worrying that, like, you know, they might win something that they don't want.
Right. So, yeah, but overall, amazing weekend. We do have there's going to be a lot of videos this week. Make sure you're subscribed. And I think you're going to premiere a bunch of them, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So, but we actually have a vlog from last week where Rachel jumped off of a boat. I was supposed to edit that, but we just got so involved in hanging out with people. I didn't have time.
And no regrets.
No, I don't regret it at all.
No.
So that'll probably come out on Tuesday. And then we've got, I don't know, 7 or 8 videos from KetoCon that we're going to put out. I will say we did not vlog much at KetoCon. Day 1 we did. Day 2, we emceed, very difficult. Day 3, we spoke. We did a few things for Robin from KetoCon because there were some things she needed a video person, and then we just wanted hugs.
I just wanted more hugs. I've got to give props to Robin.
Robin Switzer.
Oh my gosh, when you figure that it's just a mom and son operation, like it is,
and lots of volunteers,
But when you think that like it begins with just 2 people, one family planning this and deciding. I mean, it really reminds me of Autumn and her family, where it's just a family is deciding we're going to invest in a community. Mm-hmm. And what can happen when one family, a single family, decides that they're going to be a blessing, you know, in their area or in an area that they're very passionate about. And I thought that was incredible.
Yeah. And if you did attend KetoCon, make sure you use the KetoCon app or email them or whatever. Fill out the surveys, share your experience for KetoCon next year so they can tweak it even better.
Right.
Let them know, do you want more vendors, less vendors, what type of vendors? How did you like the talks? Was it long enough? Not, you know, was it too long? Speaker recommendations. Maybe you want to put in there, hey, Two Crazy Ketos needs a bigger room. I don't know. I mean, shameless plug.
Joe.
Okay, well, hint, hint. Okay, let's jump into Keto Beyond the Couch. We're going to start off with our Keto College Adjunct Professor of the Week. This one's coming from Stacy.
Hey, Stacy.
Stacy put up this meme. It says, don't compare yourselves to others. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday. She said, comparison is the thief of joy.
So true.
As someone who has lots of experience in this, being raised by a parent who would compare me to others regularly, I understand this all too well. Let's stop comparing ourselves to others' journeys and focus on being a better version of who we were yesterday.
Wow.
Let's always celebrate your victories. Every day, aim to be 1% better.
Stacy, thank you so much for that reminder. And you're absolutely right. It's just not helpful.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not helpful.
And I'm guilty of this, by the way.
You know, it's good to say like there is a goal for me. If it's something like, hey, that person is really doing a fantastic job working on reducing their stress or working on getting better sleep, and I want to move in the direction that they are moving in my life as far as focusing on that area of my life. But seeing somebody, I think about this all the time, even when I would go to get my hair cut, I would go and pick a picture of a celebrity with a hairstyle. Mm-hmm. And I would bring it to the hairstylist and say, I want to look exactly like this.
Right.
And the hairstylist would say, it is impossible. And it is not like a beauty thing. Like just because you want to look like Meg Ryan, Rachel, and you're not as pretty as Meg Ryan, it's not just that. There's so much going on. There's texture and there's hair follicles and like there's just a lot going on. So trying to be, you know, the exact carbon copy of somebody else is just a futile effort and it's just nonsense, right? But I really like what you said at the end. Get 1% better.
Yes.
That is something that it feels doable, right? If you're like, I want to be 100% better than yesterday, today. Impossible. Right. Impossible. Frustrating. Yeah. So 1%, that's really great.
I do want to say, coffee today is amazing. It's instant coffee. It's instant coffee.
It's Folgers, $1 for 14 sticks.
But we're using the Keto Brains. Like we quickly interviewed the creator of Keto Brains the other day, Molly, and I'll leave a link for that video. But I'm really enjoying this. I think this is going to be our go-to creamer. It is. We did possibly buy a couple of bags.
It has been for me.
I think we'll do a full review on it. But I'm really enjoying it, and it's weird the way it works with the MCT and the L-theanine, how in the morning it gets you going without jitters from caffeine, which is really cool.
Right.
But in the evening, it gives you focus and helps you like relax and sleep. Like, how does one product do that?
Right.
And we're not drinking decaf.
No, it's amazing. But I was just thinking it's kind of funny that it is having like a Lazarus effect on this coffee, because you know that stick coffee,
instant coffee.
I mean, it's doing its best, but like it really actually tastes nice with this creamer in it.
Okay, let's jump into our subscriber of the weeks. We have or the subscribers of the week. We have the first one is Joy.
Hi, Joy.
Joy said, this might not be the best side by side, but it holds me accountable that I never want to go back to one on the left again. That was 2012 on the left. What a journey it has been thus far, with many ups and downs. I still have a long way to go, but the scale is not moving, and I'm getting frustrated. So this pic that came up in Facebook memories is helping me. Hashtag weight loss journey, keto, ketovore, carnivore.
Oh, Joy.
Yes.
You're so beautiful and you've come so far. And, you know, that was something that we talked about in our talk. Yeah. When it comes to a plateau, which is probably where you're thinking you're at. Like, I'm not where I want to be. I haven't summited, you know, but I've come so far. the fact that you're taking time to enjoy the view from the plateau's elevation, because you have elevated, you have gone, up, you have achieved, and you look so incredible, and it is amazing results that you've already experienced. And I'm really glad that you're taking time to see that side by side.
Yeah, when we look at plateaus, I won't get into the one that we did at Keto Con, which resulted in Rachel laying on her back. But recently, I was watching a documentary about a gentleman who is 68 years old, and he was attempting to be the oldest American to ever climb Mount Everest. And I've always been fascinated by Mount Everest climbers. I've watched like a lot of documentaries on Mount Everest. I don't know if it's like, oh my gosh, I would love to do that, or I'm just fascinated by somebody who can do it, or a combination of both. But I learned some things in that movie that I did not know about attempting to climb Mount Everest. Aside from the fact that people like, oh, it's like $100,000. It's actually not. It's closer to $200,000 by the time you pay for your travel over there and the gear and your clothing and everything
And
else.
that's the attempt.
That's the attempt. And we talk about in one of our talks last year about the amount of people who actually die in the attempt.
Yeah.
But what was interesting is that when you get over there and then you have to take a short flight over again, there is a 2-week trek on foot to get to base camp, which is not at the top, right? And you're making this trek, this long, treacherous trek for 2 weeks to help acclimate yourself to this atmosphere, because you're going to slowly be going up. And I think a lot of times when we look at weight loss, people, like ourselves included, how fast can I do this? Right? Well, what happens if you climb that fast at Mount Everest? You will die.
Absolutely. There's
right?
no elevator on the side of Mount Everest.
But then when you get to base camp, you've got to spend a lot of time there acclimating again. So now you're like at a plateau. Like, you're not on the bottom. You're certainly not at sea level like we are here in Florida. Well, right now we're not in Florida, but
normally.
But where we are normally. But you're not at the peak. You're looking up.
Right.
But then even when you want to climb Mount Everest,
you got weight.
And he didn't actually that year. A bunch of Sherpas died, so they canceled all the climbs.
Oh my gracious!
But you have to go to the next level, right? And then you spend some time there before you go to the next level, and then you spend some. I think it's 4 stops before you actually get to try to summit Mount Everest.
Wow.
Without those plateaus, they would die, right? Because at first they got to recover, and that's our body. So plateaus are a good thing. We need plateaus. So don't freak out about that.
I love that. And honestly, I bet that there's times where they're sitting there in that waiting period at one of those like levels, and they're thinking to themselves, okay, I'm ready to go.
I just want to go.
There's
the top. I want to get there.
Well, and I think I'm good. Let's just go. And because there are people that have done it before, they're, leaders, team leaders for each climb, they're probably going, I know you think you're ready, but just wait a little. Like, you're not ready. And I think about community as being that, thing that team leader that helps you be like, not yet. Let's do this slower. I know you think you're ready, but I don't want you to hurt yourself, going too fast.
And that's where having a coach can help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So, okay, next one we have is from Ola.
Hey, Ola.
I'm just really proud of Ola, and I wanted to shout this out. So she put up this little picture. It says 34 months is equivalent to 2.83333333. She said, this is all I can find. In 2 more months, I will celebrate 3 years of no alcohol.
Wow, Ola.
I keep thinking I'm going to stop tracking, but tracking is why this is working.
That's right.
At least for this. Maybe I should track everything.
Ola, we're
proud of you, Ola.
This is something to track, and we are so proud of you. Just so stinking proud of you. Like, this is an incredible incredible accomplishment, and we love you so much. Just so proud.
Not to mention all of the amazing pictures she puts up when she goes on all her hikes and her walks, and
Well, and
she's just inspiring to me.
You are amazing, Ola, and I think that that's something important. As you take something away in your life that you're like, I would like to close the chapter on this part of my life. What are you leaving room for to fill the space? And I think that she's being so brilliant as she's like, alcohol does not fill this space. What am I going to fill this space with? And she's beholding beautiful things.
Yeah.
She has left the space open for adventure and enjoyment and joy and a beautiful view. And I really appreciate the fact that you're taking us along with you and we get to see the things that you're seeing.
Let's take a quick fade to black and come back with some more comments. Okay, first one we have is from Texas, Donna.
Hey, Texas, Donna.
She said, y'all's comment about fighting before church made me laugh because right before or after church is most likely the time my husband and I argue. I'm telling you, it's a thing.
It is a thing.
Right? It's also a thing with other couples, families in our church. Also, I watched your video the other day and I commented on about what broke your stall. And as soon as I started watching it, I immediately noticed a reduction in inflammation in both of your faces.
Thank you.
It's really inspiring. I've started implementing some of what you were talking about, and I'm already seeing a difference.
I love that so much. Thank you for sharing that. And I will tell you, you're trying to break a stall. Do some of those things like implement, hey, if you know that something causes you strife, like that trip to church, it is okay to say, you know what, we're going to go silent. It's the same way with dropping the kids off at school. Sometimes when we were dropping the kids off at school, we kind of had to implement that same protocol because it could just get into like a fit where almost like the kids are like crying, getting out of the car because I was using that time to talk about like the chores that they didn't do or getting after them about like picking up clothes.
Let's be honest here. I was the one who is getting on, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. And Rachel, rightfully so, why are you sending the children off crying?
Well, I felt like
I was the bad guy. You've always been like the awesome.
Well, thank you. But in my trying to comfort them, when I should have just gone silent about it or talk about something else, I would try to define or like explain why dad is mad, right?
Yes.
Like I would try to
You've always been my protector.
Soften it a little bit, but in doing so, I just made it worse and talked about this trouble situation more. And it just, the point was, it wasn't the time. There was a better time for it. So, time.
One day I will learn this lesson.
Time management is a thing. And sometimes deciding when to discuss something is part of time management. Like, when are you going to schedule a difficult conversation? And I think a lot of times in the past, I'm very guilty of scheduling it when I'm tired or in emotion. Like, even after work sometimes is not a great time for us to discuss a very important topic. Like, give myself some time to decompress and relax a little bit.
Well, even like we had a couple things scheduled for tomorrow and I decided like we're going to reschedule them for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday because our coaching clients, they're not going to get the full us tomorrow.
No.
We're not getting home till 10 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, no.
Right?
We're going to be like zombies.
We're going to take a day to do some stuff around the house, maybe work on videos, but just a day because we want to be fully aware for the people that we're talking to, right?
I mean, I don't even go
not make silly decisions on our own lives.
I don't go to the bathroom when we're on vacation. Okay? Right. I mean, TMI for sure. But we've been gone since like Tuesday. So, there is so much
this is way too much.
I just know Tuesday will be a complete decompression day.
And I don't want to make this long, but I do want to say here's another horrible decision to make.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to call the kids and tell them to go put this thing away.
All right.
But if you were at KetoCon, you're going home today. We asked everybody in the room when we made the lecture for this promise. If you go away on vacation, it doesn't even have to be KetoCon. If you're going to any of the upcoming conferences, Ketopalooza, Antithetic Conference, Hard to Kill Summit, Keto Orlando Summit, and the cruise, especially the cruise.
Right.
When you get home, we want to promise from everybody, do not get on that scale for a minimum of 1 week. Bad decisions will be made.
Yes.
If you get home tonight at 10 o'clock at night and get on that scale, bad decisions will be made.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. We said this when we were giving our talk. If you fasted all of KetoCon,
yeah,
I still promise you will probably be up in weight. We were walking around on concrete floors, the stress of the weekend, the emotions of the weekend, just like you're taking all this information in, maybe lack of sleep, that affects you. Give your body a week to get back to normal, then get on the scale.
Right, because I love how you're saying it, like bad decisions will be made, but that's exactly it.
Right.
That you will decide to pivot your keto journey based on reacting to that scale number, and
which isn't even a realistic scale number. It's probably just inflammation.
It's right. That's right.
A week after, then we can go, okay, well, yeah, maybe I ate too much on that cruise.
Right.
But give yourself a week. Give yourself an extra week of grace.
Well, and if you had gone around and you had tried or sampled some things that you don't normally eat, then it makes sense too.
I may have sampled the carnivore bar that had honey in it.
Yeah. Right. So give yourself a week too to go back to like eating the food that you normally eat on a daily basis. I mean, we ate way more barbecue than like we normally eat because it's here.
We're having barbecue one more time before we leave.
Of course.
Yeah, Terry Blacks. Okay, next one is from Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Diane said, I took your move it advice the other day. I've added running to my walking and I added a mile.
Awesome.
Plus I'm doing squats on the potty. I'm 64, I have MS, and I continue to heal every day eating 99% carnivore.
Wow.
Keep spreading the love.
That is awesome, Diane. Man, we're making our own squatty potty, right? Right? I was just thinking that, the squatty potty. But yeah, that is fantastic. And, I love that you're saying, like, I'm incorporating it into my walking that I'm already doing. And again, this is a habit stacking principle. So this is a habit that you are already doing, you're already walking, and you're just amping it up just a little bit. And you're not like, hey, I'm going to start running like Jonathan Shane, like I'm going to do 50 miles now.
Man, it's amazing.
So if you're like, hey, I normally walk 2 miles a day, and maybe I'm going to walk a mile and run a mile, or I'm going to walk 1.5 miles and I'm going to run a half mile, like that is doable. Yeah. I love that. And you're just kind of pushing yourself a little bit more, but nothing crazy.
Now, I do want to say, if you do running, okay, we're not talking about sprinting.
Right.
We're not talking about full speed. We're talking about a light jog. We up our heart rate a little bit, but we want to stay at 180 minus our age. Okay, we don't want to go over that. So if you're 50 years old, you want to be around 130. Okay, so don't run your heart rate up to 180 and try to do that for 20 minutes.
No.
Not good. Okay.
No bueno.
Don't tax your heart. Remember, your heart is the only muscle you can't rest.
Yes, no, we
well,
need it
I guess there are other muscles, but it's a very important muscle that you cannot rest. When you work out your arms, your abs, your legs, all of that, you can rest them. That's why we take rest days. You can't rest your heart. And it's kind of an important muscle, right? So let's not tax it too much.
Sorta.
Next one's from Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Where can I get the recipe for the yogurt parfait that you made for Rachel? It looked yummy.
Thank you.
Okay, well, so the yogurt parfait is our yogurt. Okay, leave a link for that one for you. Our yogurt is super easy.
Yeah.
You're going to go get yourself some Fairlife milk. You can use the blue container if you want like a lower fat, like 2%. Or you can use the red container. I like the red container.
I like the red container.
Okay. Then you're going to add in some yogurt culture if you want to order it online. Or if you want to do the simple and easy way, you're going to go get yourself a small thing of yogurt. And I like the Faje because I like the cultures that are in the Faje. It's not that Faje is the only brand, but I like the cultures that are in there. It's a really good Greek yogurt. It tastes really good. You're going to put a couple spoons in that, stick it in your Instant Pot for 8 to 10 hours on the yogurt setting. Then you strain it. We use a yogurt strainer. No more nut milk bags.
Nut milk bags.
And it is, I would say it's as easy as our pickles the other day.
Yes.
It's that easy to make. So we make our yogurt.
I mean, pickled eggs.
Yeah. The reason that we use Fairlife is it's 50% less sugar. And then you can also add heavy cream if you really want to up the fat, but this is just a super easy way to do it. And that's our yogurt. So it's pretty much about 1 carb per serving. Then all after we did with that was we put that 7 Sunday cereal in there. And I know we did a review on the 7 Sunday cereal. We got a lot of hate on it because it had some dates and bananas in it. Here was my thing. You have maybe a half of a slice of dried banana in a serving. I'd rather have that than have sugar alcohols. Okay? It was still very low in total carbs, and that is part of the proper human diet. Maybe not the bag itself, but the proper human diet is fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and meat.
But you can pick any granola or make your own that you enjoy.
Nuts or not put anything.
Yeah, or not put anything, but like you layer it. So just like the yogurt and then
that's all it was.
Your favorite granola and then yogurt again. And then I think you did like hit the top with some
Rachel's favorite food.
Whipped cream.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's no recipe for it because it's literally just any keto-friendly granola that you can find in layers with our yogurt. Next one is from Paula.
Hey, Paula.
Paula said, thanks, guys, for being transparent and going out of your way to really figure out and explain what has brought you your most recent positive results.
Thanks, Paula.
Congrats on the success. You both look fabulous. I truly have been noticing the change in you. I'm tucking all of this away for future reference. As always, I'm inspired by you, my friends. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Paula. Yeah, sometimes it is a little bit challenging to share it all. When you say, I'm going to share it all, I want to share my whole life, you really mean I want to share that I have like figured it out and I want to share you like the good stuff. And I don't want to admit that maybe I was not managing my stress correctly or we were not going to bed as, perfectly as we were supposed to. So, but that is the truth. Yeah. And it is important for us to be completely transparent, for you to see us just live it all out. I think that it's really important for us to allow ourselves to be guinea pigs. We've tried a lot of things in the hopes that maybe it would make it not so scary for other people to try it. Or if we really had a bad experience with something, for people to be able to say like, you know what, I think Joe and Rachel like enjoyed enough like frustration over this that I don't need to beat my head against the wall also.
And if you are interested, yes, Rachel did get a DEXA scan at KetoCon to see how did she do compared to last year.
Right.
But I'm not going to tell you the results because you're going to have to go watch the vlog. But I will tell you, there were some interesting results.
There was some interesting results.
So make sure you subscribe to the channel and you hit the like button on this video and you hit the bell button so you're notified when the video goes up that tells you how much fat or muscle did Rachel lose since last year's KetoCon. Next one is from Pooshi.
Hey, Pooshi.
Said, getting consistent, intentional movement in every day has done so much to help my stress management and well-being. Not even a lot, like 20 to 30 minutes a day is helping. And having good sleep hygiene is so, so important. Even one night of poor sleep makes you remarkably more insulin resistant the next day.
You're right. It's so funny. A lot of times we think about like, okay, we don't want to, spike ourselves. You don't want to eat a lot of meals because you can't lose weight in the presence of insulin. So you want to minimize those spikes and stuff like that. Well, you think about like how many times you are spiking yourself every time you're stressed out.
Yep.
I mean, so if every time I put a morsel of food in my mouth, it's a meal, like something is happening. And, we talked about the average person really eats like 28 times a day. That is like crazy. How many times do you think we spike our stress a day?
Well, here's the thing. I will tell you this. Rachel average glucose is in the 70s to 80s, sometimes down in the 60s. We went to do our talk on Sunday. Our talk was at 12:50.
Yeah.
Around 9:30 a.m., we ran over and we talked to Gemma and Dorian from Keto Mojo. And I just wanted to interview them a little bit and talk about some of the things that changes they've made to their apps. And I loved when Gemma said, don't chase ketones, right? Because here's the creator of a ketone meter telling you, don't chase ketones.
Right.
Right? But they measured Rachel. And Rachel's ketones were on 1.2. And her glucose was what, 120? Something like that?
I want to say it was like 107. I want to say.
But 30 to 40 points higher than normal. And she did not have any sugar and slept really well the night before.
But I was excited and nervous. That combination
spikes your glucose.
It does. So think about that. If you are just constantly having like these spikes of stress throughout the day, why wouldn't you be in a weight loss stall?
Yep.
Because you can't lose weight when you are having that issue spiked constantly, right?
Yeah. Next one's from Karen.
Hey, Karen.
Karen said, after wearing a CGM and seeing with my own eyes that when I was experiencing stress, my glucose spiked higher than any food I ate.
Wow.
I forgot this one was even here.
Oh my gracious.
So it's motivated me to find a new job that I start next week.
Oh, that's awesome.
My sleep was awful. I decided to invest in helping in that area. I purchased a bed jet, which is similar to the Chili Bet.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a game changer, from hot, cold covers, on covers, off to solid sleep. I was already incorporating about an hour of movement every day, and the scale started consistently moving. So I agree with everything you said, 100%. This is all thanks to you both.
Wow, Karen.
I started thinking about these areas of my life because of you two, and I'm extremely thankful for the impact that you have made in my life.
Wow.
I am at the lowest weight of my adult life.
That is so fantastic, Karen. And what is really blessing me is not just that you're at the lowest weight of your adult life, but hopefully getting towards the lowest stress level of your adult life. And I really believe that that was really part of our mission in coming to KetoCon this year. For us, I felt like there was really just a burden on my heart to share about how there was so much that we need to work on that has nothing to do with the food. Yeah. I think that there is a lot of very doable action steps that we can take to have better health that is outside of eating burger patties and bacon strips. It really is a lot about just deciding that maybe I'm going to have some hard conversations at work because, you're being treated unfairly or unreasonably, or maybe having some conversations with some people in your life that have some unreasonable expectations, and you need to create some different boundaries. And hopefully, because of the keto community that you are in that continues to thankfully grow and surround you, and the more you get involved in it, you sort of have the strength and the confidence to maybe go out and actually make those changes for your stress management that you need to. Like maybe before you felt like, man, if I don't keep pleasing these particular people in my life, I won't have any friends. But now you do have friends outside, your immediate area. You have an entire keto community that really love you. And so you don't maybe have to put up with as much guff as you used to, right?
Yeah. One thing I want to mention on CGMs.
Yes.
We're really excited. we had some long conversations with the folks at Good Idea. I may have had just a few of those drinks.
Oh yeah, they were delicious.
They were delicious, lots of flavors, and they've got some cool properties to them.
Yeah.
And we really were enjoying them. And I was speaking to the folks with them, and we're going to do some testing because there's some things about glucose that it can help you with. But what I'm excited about is we're going to be talking to them later on this week because they have a way that we can get CGMs fairly inexpensively. Like instead of spending $300, $400 for a CGM because our doctor doesn't want to give us a prescription, they have a way we can get them a lot cheaper. Like $30, $40, $50 for the prescription, and then paying your pharmacy like $70.
It was kind of interesting. So a lot of people, you're going like looking for a particular thing. And I think that we were probably the only people who were really looking like, we're going to shake down and like look in every single tree and bush and stuff and see how can we find
it's important
easier, cheaper ways for people to get access to a CGM. That was like the totality of our mission and like what we were looking for. And I think we truly found it.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel and you hit that bell button because as soon as we get that information nailed down, we're going to make a video about it. It was kind of cool because I didn't even know they were in our talk. She sent me a picture of like us, like when we were talking. So I was really excited
Thanks
about that.
Thanks for being there.
But yeah, we love that Good Idea drink. If you've been on the fence, like, does it taste good? I like it.
I think it would be a good idea.
It's not.
See what I did there?
It's not sweet.
No.
But it's got a nice flavor to it. And there's some cool things with it. Next one is from Martin.
Thomas Martin.
Oh, Thomas Martin.
Question. I've tried the LMNT electrolytes and the Redmond electrolytes. I do like both. Is there one better overall on the quality of the electrolytes in them? What a great question, Thomas.
So, okay. We like both. Okay?
That's not helpful.
I like both. We use both. LMNT has a little bit more in carbs in it. It is a little bit sweeter.
Yeah.
And it mixes better right now. Okay? However, Redmond does have their Relight, which has been reformulated, and they're slowly going to be releasing the reformulation, which mixes like LMNT. It mixes better. They're not quite as sweet, which I actually like, okay? And not as salty, okay? Depending on the bottle of water you put in there. And it doesn't have the carbs that the LMNT has. With that said, I like them both because they both have different flavors. Some of the flavors are the same, like watermelon. I like Redmond better than I like the LMNT watermelon. Now, I have seen comments from people, well, LMNT has more electrolytes. Not really. So a serving of LMNT is supposed to be in like 24 to 30 ounces of water. Redmond used to have 1,000 milligrams of sodium in one of their individual packets or in a scoop. But what happened is most people use a bottle like this, a 16.9 ounce bottle. And they were putting it in there and then everyone's like, this is too salty. So what they did is they reduced the amount that you're supposed to have and then reduce it to make it in this bottle. So if you put that in here, you would get like 860 milligrams of sodium. Whereas, you put the LMNT in here, it's 1,000 milligrams of sodium. But that's because you're getting less water. If you increase the water, it works out to be exactly the same ounce for ounce of water if you did it like the way it was supposed to be done. So they just lowered the amount in a serving so that it fits into a 16-ounce bottle of water, or 16.9 to an ounce. Also, Redmond's a little bit cheaper because we have a coupon code, which we work with LMNT, but they don't offer coupon codes.
Right.
Okay, so the cheapest way to buy LMNT is to buy 3 boxes, get 1 free. But that's the cheapest way. It's really the only way to get a discount on LMNT, whereas Redmond, they have it in tubs. The tubs are cheaper than the sticks, And then also we have a coupon code 2krazyketos, which always gets you 15% off when you buy from their website.
Right.
So that's that. So if you're looking at cost, I'd go Redmond. If you're looking for less carbs, I'd go Redmond. If you want sweeter, where maybe your kids will drink it, go LMNT. You know, so it's kind of a toss up.
Right.
Next one is from Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Hi, hope everyone is having a great day. I am going to make chicken crust pizza tomorrow.
Good decision.
But I am not a fan of the canned chicken. I have a cooked leftover chicken breast. Should I use the same amount of shredded chicken breast as the can, which is 12.5 ounces? Hopefully, since Joe and Rachel recipe, they will see this post and respond.
We did see it, Kathy.
Yeah, we did. So no, you're not going to use 12.5 ounces. You're going to use about 9 or 10 ounces because that 12.5 ounces includes water.
That
buy
is true.
The canned chicken. If you weigh out, if you were to remove the chicken from a can, the 12.5 ounce can of chicken, it's anywhere between like 8 to 10 ounces. The cool thing about the chicken crust recipe is it's not an exact science. We're not baking here. It's about flavor and getting it to stick in the consistency. So if you use about 8 to 10 ounces of shredded chicken, and we've used like the Costco chicken, like the Costco chicken breast.
Right.
Use 8 to 10 ounces, use your egg, your cream cheese and stuff like that and blend it all up. You'll be just fine.
And it is delicious. It's really tasty.
Next one is from Heidi.
Hi, Heidi.
I did a 36-hour fast with electrolytes and I did good. This morning I did do an egg, coffee, butter, and keto chow. Can I do another fast until 7 a.m. tomorrow like Rachel? I would do other egg, coffee, and work till noon, then feast after. The only thing, and this is why we were hesitant in putting that video up, make sure you're feasting, okay? Don't do this constant, like, I'm going to do a 36-hour fast, then I'm going to have an egg, coffee, and maybe a keto chow, and then I'm going to do another 36, 40-hour fast. That's not enough food.
If you're going to fast like Rachel, you got to feast like Rachel.
Right. And even there, Rachel started eating more like where, it's like, okay, I'm hungry, I'm going to eat. Then I'm going to, if I'm not hungry, I'm not going to eat. But she's not doing, I think people think you're doing like 72-hour fasts and then eating for a day and then a 72-hour fast. She is not doing that.
No.
And neither am I. We're hungry, we eat. When we're not hungry, we don't eat. We're just completely eating towards when we're hungry instead of, oh, well, everybody else is eating. I should eat.
Right.
Right? Okay. Next one's from Jill.
Hey, Jill. Oh my gosh. I just watched the newest video. This spoke to me more than anything else I have watched. I knew that for me to continue to stay on keto, I needed to do it without weighing anything. I needed to live this lifestyle. I had started to become addicted to weighing everything, even to the point of only eating at places that I knew the macros to the foods that I would order. I have gained about 10 to 15 pounds, but I'm working through it. I am the only one in this home of 4 that has this lifestyle, and it's very hard not to eat to the clock. I need to talk to my husband and make changes for me. I know I eat just because everyone else is eating. I have just about cleaned the house of all the keto junk the last few months. So now it is time to heal me and stay focused on me. I think that that's really, really important, Jill. Thank you so much for your kind words, that lovely comment. One of the greatest things that we have learned in all of this is the fact that eating together at the same time and having the same exact plate, even if you are in a multi-person keto household, it's not a reflection of how good your relationship is. There's so many other things that you can do together, right? So you don't have to eat at the exact same time. If Joe is eating and I'm just not hungry yet, or vice versa, the other one can still sit alongside that person that is eating and have a conversation. And because we have both come to the belief system that us eating together at the same time does not reflect the strength of our relationship, then the person eating also does not feel guilty for eating. That can be a challenge to traverse too. It's like, should I feel bad that I do feel hungry right now and I do want to eat right now. No, you shouldn't. And if I am hungry and he is not, he will sit down and like just chat with me and talk. That is part of the social interaction. That's the aspect of eating. And that's completely fine. And I do not feel ashamed anymore or guilty that I am hungry and I want to eat, even if he is not ready to.
Let's take this to something that doesn't occur as much anymore, thankfully, but smoking.
Yes.
Or even alcohol.
Yeah.
If you are hanging out with a friend, okay, and think about years ago when more people smoked, did you have a cigarette just because they were having a cigarette if you were a not smoker?
No, if you were not a smoker, but I think about the amount of people who wrongly maybe was ready to kind of quit smoking, but felt the pressure of like, man, I may be out of the group or I may lose like community if I stop smoking because I need to smoke at the same time they're smoking. Right. Yeah, but like if you're not a smoker, you're not going to smoke just because they are.
Right. So just like think about it that way. We don't have to do something that somebody else is doing to sit down and have a conversation with them. Okay. Next one is from Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah said, I am fat adapted, but does anyone ever use exogenous ketones for mental performance or focus? This is a great question. We actually have a long video where we test a lot of exogenous ketones and show what our results were. There is a time and a place for exogenous ketones. It is very limited, okay? Yeah. It is very limited. Your body makes ketones, and also there are ways to get your body to create even more ketones, like increasing fat. And if you really want more for like mental focus, you can use a little bit of MCT oil because that goes right into ketones. Your body creates it right into ketones. Yes, you can use exogenous ketones, but I always like to say this. First of all, if you're going to use them, you want to use like a ketone ester kind of thing. But the thing about them is, number one, they're expensive. Number two, they do not taste good, especially when you get into ketone esters. They taste like garbage. Yeah. And we actually have one we're going to do a video about, but they don't taste good.
No, they don't.
I'm just telling you, they don't. But if you are currently trying to lose weight, exogenous ketones generally are not a good idea because they are going to affect your weight loss, because the oxidative priority says the first thing that your body utilizes for food is alcohol. So if you drink alcohol, you ain't losing weight. So, and for at least 24 to 48 hours most of the time. The second thing that your body uses for fuel is exogenous ketones. So if you are constantly giving yourself exogenous ketones, your body doesn't need to go and use your other body fat. It doesn't even need to use the fuel you're eating. The only place where they could possibly help lose weight is sometimes for some people, they help with satiety and they help you to not eat to have a longer fast. But you're giving yourself fuel. So it's not really a fast. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. So if you're fat adapted, you need, like, let's say you're going in, on an important job interview, or you're going and doing a talk.
Right.
And you want that heightened focus, yeah, use it there. But I would not use it on a regular basis. As a matter of fact, I brought some ketone esters with us to do before our talk, and I left it here.
Yeah, we didn't even use them.
We didn't even use them. I probably would have used them if I would have remembered them, but I think we were so high on just like hugs that we didn't need it anyway.
We were high on hugs.
Yeah.
Hugs, not drugs.
Hopefully that answers your question. Next one's from Melissa.
Hey, Melissa.
Has anyone heard when Redmond's is going to have their electrolytes back in stock? I don't want to buy the tickets.
You mean the sticks?
The sticks. Guess what?
Dun, 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 dun.
I got some. We got some right here. Coming out this week. It's coming out this week.
Yep.
So we're super excited. As a matter of fact,
stay tuned.
How much do we know it's coming out this week? Because some got shipped to our house. It got delivered the day that we left. So they shipped us some here so that we can try it and make a video. And guess what?
Dun, dun, dun,
I'm going to show you. Here's a fresh bottle of water. Take a sip out of that.
Yeah, because don't you wish they filled everything like they filled a water bottle?
I got two flavors here. Strawberry or mixed berry.
I'm going to go strawberry because mixed berry
Rachel
is
doesn't like mixed berry.
never my favorite flavor. What about you? Are you strawberry? Would you be right now picking strawberry or mixed berry?
Okay,
I'm going to make a little funnel.
I got a scoop. Yeah, that's the only problem with the things is...
Gets everywhere.
There you go. Let's see, how much better does it mix?
All right. I need a lid, sir.
Hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying this.
Shake, 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 Sonora.
We need Autumn.
Shake your body like... Oh, yes! Autumn is the best shaker. She's a mover and a shaker. I was so glad that we got to hang out with Autumn and Richard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not as much as we do at Keto Palooza, but it was just so good to see her.
There's a couple of chunks still in there, but I think it's mixing much
better.
faster than the old stuff.
Not to mention the fact that this is freezing cold water.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You go. Oh, that's refreshing.
That is really, really good.
Yeah.
And it is mixed.
Yeah. So.
Which it used
There you
to
go.
not.
Yep. So, like, nothing sitting down there in the bottom. I mean, maybe a couple of specks, but that's probably the minerals from the Redmond.
But not like, if you've ever had the Redmond before, you know, like, mixing was the challenge. It was like LMNT versus Redmond.
A lot of people's biggest
LMNT mixes so much better.
So that's mixed already.
They fixed the mix.
Yeah. So, really excited about that. And
Can I have that more?
you want more?
Yes.
Yeah. And 0 carbs in this one. So.
Wait, what did you just say?
0 carbs.
0.
So.
That may be a deciding factor for some people.
I believe it's 0 carbs, right? They told me it was 0 carbs.
That says 0.
0 carbs.
0 carbs. So again, that may, like, if you're deciding LMNT versus Redmond in the...
A lot of the elements are 2 or 3 carbs.
Yeah. So in the new thing, and again, like you're saying, look at this. It's completely mixed. There is no chunks in it, and this is freezing cold water.
Yep. Okay, next one is, I'll leave a link for it down below. I believe it's coming out Tuesday. But just keep an eye on the site. Make sure you use our coupon code. Use our link. That supports the channel. We really appreciate that. But our code's going to get you 15% off.
I am going to have to read this one because this is
it's kinda
super tiny, and I'm going to have to lean in.
I could put my glasses on, but the lights will
So
reflect.
I'm going to lean in for this one.
Gladly.
Just did my 3rd round of triple B&E. This time was the longest period, 40 days. Way to go, Chelsea. And I stuck to it the most faithfully this round. A couple of things happened that also happened the other 2 times. So I'm curious about them and if there is anything to do aside from not ever do triple B&E again. First observation, I was not very hungry and could not force myself to eat a lot. The idea of eating made me feel nauseous. I've heard it's best to just fast until you feel hungry again. But this leads me to the second observation. A couple of weeks in, I frequently felt weak, tired, and short of breath. I presumed this was from not getting enough nutrition. This leads me to think that triple B&E creates a bit of a quandary for my body. Though generally my digestive system likes it, the rest of me seems to feel a little deprived. Has everyone had a similar experience? Did you figure out how to get the nutrients in without having to eat things that make you feel a little nauseous?
This is a great question.
Yes.
Okay. One of the things that was really focused on with a lot of people this weekend at KetoCon is bio-individuality.
Yes.
And it could be, one meal a day, not good for you.
Right.
Okay? It's not the beef. It's, but maybe eating more meals in a day, 2, 3, maybe even 4 meals, but I would say 2 or 3 is good for most people. Making it a little bit smaller, that allows you to eat, more nutrition in your each meal because, like Jonathan Shane talked about it, and Dr. Barry has talked about this. If you need to eat about 2,000 calories, it is almost impossible to get that in, even for Rachel in an OMAD.
It's challenging. I mean, I can do it. I can get my gold star.
But not on a regular basis.
Not on a regular basis.
Not on a regular, and especially if you're eating today, and then you're, like, for example, alternate day fasting, which can help, but it is definitely not for everybody and should never be used long term. Alternate day fasting, like, anytime you're doing those kind of things, or a 72-hour fast, it should be very infrequent, okay? Jonathan Shane talked about, you should not be OMADing every single day. Not good for you. You can't get all the nutrition in. And then if you are eating, for example, let's say you're only eating once every 48 hours. And in that eating day, you're going to eat 5,000 calories. Your body can't utilize it all.
Yeah.
It can't possibly utilize. It's not like your body goes, oh, you gave me 5,000 calories today and I can use that for the next 3 days. It doesn't, our body doesn't work that way. So eating 2 or 3 meals throughout the day and taking that 2,000 calories and splitting it up may make it easier. I know it's easier for me. Also, when it comes to weakness, a lot of times it's sodium.
Yeah.
Again, we're not doctors or health professionals, but a lot of times that sodium, if my sodium's low, I get heart palpitations. If I bend over and I stand up too quickly, I'll almost pass out. That's how I know I need sodium.
Well, and now that you've done Triple B and E for a few rounds, when you asked, do I need to like live in a state of stuffed? No, you don't. I mean, you can, eat enough that you're full, but if you're not hungry, you don't have to eat. Like you don't have to. I mean, you know what food works for you, and you're probably starting to find out, how much actually fills you up in a serving. Like, maybe you're like, I don't know how many eggs or hamburger patties or bacon strips to eat in a meal. I don't know what's going to make me feel full. So, the first couple rounds of Triple B and E, maybe you're learning what that looks like for you. But, once you're full, like you're done, and then just eat again when you're hungry.
Next one's from Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Sarah said, I'm so excited. I just had to share. I bought a treadmill this morning, and that will be delivered on Monday. My problem is on work days, once I'm home, I don't want to leave again, even if I want to work out. So now I have no excuses.
That is great. I love the fact that you learn something about yourself. When I am home, when I am on, vacation, it's a rest day for me. I don't want to leave the house. So in the past, that becomes this excuse of like, I can't go anywhere to get fitness in. And I love that you solved that excuse by saying like, okay, fine. What I know about me is I don't like to leave the house on a day that I'm off. So I'm going to get my exercise in here at home so I know that I actually get it in. Great job on that.
Yep. Next one's from Jen.
Hi there. I am new to
this form.
Yes. I eliminated processed carbs and sugar and snacks almost 3 years, and about 90 pounds ago. I've tried various iterations of the ketogenic eating and have been maintaining a good weight for some time now. Recently, I found the 2KK podcast and am listening and loving it. Rachel commented at one point that for her, nuts are not keto. That really hit home for me, as I feel the same way. I'm not the kind of person who does moderate consumption well. In summary, I feel wonderful. I'm exercising daily and am appreciative for the knowledge that I have gained.
That is awesome.
Thank you so much, Jen. And yeah, like just finding out what is keto friendly for you and what is not keto friendly for you can really help you make decisions. And we hope that our community can help you to feel like you don't have to feel bad about that. Yeah. It's everybody's going to be different, and that's okay.
And hopefully the community or people around you can help support you in that. Like I helped support Rachel in the fact that nuts are not keto for her this weekend. Because when we were in Walmart, I bought a bag of macadamia nuts.
Did you?
And I
Where is it?
Kept them in my backpack because there's 3 servings in the bag and they've lasted me for 5 days. But I know that macadamia nuts are not keto for Rachel.
I think you could have given me one. Oh my gosh.
I saved an entire serving for you for the flight home.
Okay.
So
I will let you back in the house.
But no, the point is like I do enjoy macadamia nuts and I can control myself with macadamia nuts.
Right.
So what I do is I make sure that I have them, and if Rachel says I want nuts, like they're just not a place where she can easily see them. I'm not treating her badly or anything like that. I'm helping her in her journey because she has said to me, please don't let me see nuts, right?
Right. And if I do partake of them, I will buy like the bougie individual packs, and I am, you know, I save money in other areas of my life. I'm very good about like buying clothes cheap.
Your health is worth the extra dollar.
But I'm willing to make myself buy them in individual packs so that I am most successful. So thank you for saving me like a serving. So you've created a single serving
it for you.
package for me.
We have one more.
Okay.
Please don't yell at me. But I really like this shirt, and I really want
this shirt.
Yes, from Jill.
Oh, Jill.
Hey, vegans. My food poops on your food. I love this shirt.
I love that. Is a cute shirt. Thank you for sharing it. You can enjoy the picture that Jill has provided, but I am not interested in getting like evil stares in the airport as you
I already do when I wear like my hats like this one. Like I eat nose to tail.
You eat nose to tail. At least I feel like that one it's like, because it's just in writing and it's on leather and stuff like that. You don't see it. It's not like glaringly.
What about the one with the giant steak on it that I have?
I'm fine with that because it's not got any other...
I have gotten comments.
It's not saying like, if you're not eating this, it's bad, you know, but that like, you know, my food poops on your food, like gracious.
I like it.
Enjoy it.
That is going to be the end of Keto Beyond the Couch. A little bit longer than we were planning, but lots to share today. So, guys, we really appreciate all of you. We will be back live this Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, back at home in our studio, which happens to be our front room. Now, if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we have linked right over here. Also, make sure you take a look at my most recent video that I'm going to put right over there.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.